Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Totally Oblivious. I'm your host Caleb Perez. Co-host Alex here.
Why am I all posing like this?
What's wrong with you? Just sit normally.
Never.
Sit like a normal human.
I am a child at heart, rebellious spirit in soul. How y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen?
What a weirdo.
I need a big ass pillow. Not multiple small pillows.
Yeah, that'd probably be pretty nice.
That would be.
It's a nice. You want a body pillow? You want your anime body pillow?
Actually, not an anime body pillow, but I would like to know what a full body pillow.
I'm gonna get Alex an anime body pillow.
I don't want an anime body pillow. I just would like one of those. My aunt has one of them. She just has a big ass pillow like that.
It's actually gonna be anime. Yours is specifically.
I don't want an anime one.
Sometimes
do I get to choose who it is?
I guess so.
If I had to choose an anime body pillow. The truck.
The truck.
Truck-coon.
Truck-coon. Oh my
Wait, can I make it anybody though?
I guess so.
I want to make it Craig.
Specifically just Craig.
Yes. Because it would be funny to Craig and only Craig alone. Me and Craig have a very secret, funny ha-has between us. So just getting a full, a 5 foot something Craig body pillow would be fucking hilarious to me. But aside from that, how you doing?
I'm good. As you can see, I have the first ever Totally Oblivious sweater Val made for the podcast that Alex didn't want to wear.
I'm wearing the vest.
Val.
I really like the vest.
He hates Val.
No.
Appreciate.
I'm not that mean. If I didn't like you, I'd throw you off a cliff.
I don't know if that's true.
When I don't like a person?
Yeah.
If there was a cliff nearby.
Does that mean you just don't like people? Because I've never seen you throw somebody off a cliff.
Yet. I haven't had a perfect hitman opportunity yet.
I guess. Skill issue.
Skill issue. On their part, they didn't notice the cliff in front of them.
No, it's on your part. You haven't thrown anyone off a cliff yet.
I just haven't been around cliffs.
Or do you just not hate people? That's my question. Do you not hate somebody enough to throw them off a cliff, or you just lack the skill to throw someone off a cliff?
That is a good philosophical question. Now you got me rethinking about things.
About whether or not you actually do hate people?
If people was a person, yeah, I'd definitely throw them off a cliff. But speaking individually, no. I don't think I hate anybody that much
if
yet.
the encompassment of the human race was one person, they would get yeeted off the cliff.
I'd actually Spartan kick them too. I make it saucy.
You have to disrespect them.
I have to. Mortal Kombat style.
And then you taunt immediately after.
Well, what do you think my emote is? What do you think my default emote is?
Just
what the fuck?
Just T-posing on them as they fall off the cliff.
That used to be an emote me and Colton had in Fortnite. We do it all the time.
You guys would do it in school too, just T-posing.
It was just T-posing was so interesting.
Because it's goofy.
It is
the
goofy.
game T-post is goofy.
It is. Have you ever seen
still goofy?
I love being in game and they T-post. You're like, what the fuck?
What's happening? And they're still moving too.
It's almost like a fucked up creepypasta, don't you think?
Probably could be.
You know what? Let's talk about that.
It wasn't such a joke.
Yeah. No, let's talk about that. What's up with... Let's talk about the backrooms. I want to talk about the backrooms just for a little bit here.
Okay.
So, were you at the precipice, the birth of the rooms before it became like a thing?
Nah,
were you there?
I no.
No. Okay. Let me explain this. So, the backrooms showed up on 4chan a while ago. It's technically in the time of the internet, pretty recent. And I remember everybody being like, dude, liminal spaces and shit. They're so fucking weird. Like, you were there, but you weren't, man. Like, that whole idea. I'm like, dude, yeah, no, that's cool. And then people started adding like lore to it and stuff. I'm like, okay, we got something going here. A little modern, new decade creepypasta going here. Okay. And then a few months later, there's a liminal playlist on Spotify Like it went mainstream. Like people are all like here's all the layers of the backrooms of falling out of our universe. I'm like, I thought this was supposed to be just a funny on 4chan. Why'd you like make it weird? It's like the FNAF people got a hold of it.
The FNAF people,
like
I guess that sounds about right.
Have you not noticed that? Like I did a lot. Like it was like, okay, cool little like creepypasta. Where are we? Oh, okay, and it's reached Spotify. Like no one ever noticed that. I did.
See, I never really cared about the backrooms at all.
Really?
Just
did any of those pictures look like interesting to you or no?
It just looked like rooms.
Really? That's interesting. I've always like
I'm more into I've been more into that Choo Choo Charles.
Okay, I've been seeing some of that, but that I saw like a clip of that or two. You know what? I'll be real. Controversial opinion here.
Okay.
These new creepypastas, they kind of blow.
Well, I don't think Choo Choo Charles is really a creepypasta.
Dude, it falls into the category.
It's just a goofy thing.
But then, even then, like the goofy, like I think FNAF ruined the horror genre for video games, at least for indies.
Yes.
Like everything's so like
the horror games
and
made
weird
for kids is stupid. Everybody can agree on this.
Like I see kids with like FNAF plushies, and I'm all like, that is a literal franchise about children being murdered, then being put into bodysuits, and then you buying the merch for that. Like, sure, maybe like a shirt or something. I know like bigger franchises do that too, but like it's like for kids.
See,
it's like this weird dog.
It was fine at first when it was first the thing with Five Nights at Freddy's, and then they added like the bendy stuff, and it was like, all right, it's getting a little much. And then they added what was the new one? The Poppy's Playtime. That one's stupid. I think that one's incredibly stupid.
They're weird. I don't.
Horror made for children is just incredibly
weird,
brain-numbingly stupid.
Like it doesn't even look good. Like sure, I know people like, I hate to bring up this example, but it's like when like Charlie Moist Critical was doing the one with the fucking giant blue one. What's the one?
That's the Poppy one.
It's Poppies. Like he was like, this isn't fucking scary. And he's just fucking like, look at this tech here. Like he started to
look at this tech.
He started like breaking the game down.
He's doing Mario 64.
No, like straight up. He was doing tech in real time.
Oh my god!
And it was just like, oh, like this isn't scary. This is just a poorly designed cash grab. And no disrespect to the creators, but like, it
lacks the heart that most horror games usually have.
It has the cowboy effect, where it's like cowboy movies became incredibly popular, and there was like a bajillion cowboy movies for like a decade,
and
then they all were shit,
sucked,
except for like a few of them. So I feel like in this case, it's kind of the same thing.
Except it started off on a pretty mid note with Five Nights at Freddy's.
I thought Five Nights. Okay?
The first two were good.
Yes, but I do have a personal affection to 3 because 3 was all like, oh shit, like this is where it ends, and then it didn't end
like an end. I think that's the reason why I don't hold 3 that high is because it was supposed to be like the end, and then it just didn't end.
Yeah,
4 was pretty okay. That's where the most memes.
No, 4 is where the problem started.
4 is where the most memes came from, though.
Yeah,
was that the bite of 87?
Fucking work, fucking.
Purple guy. What? I think just Mark's playthroughs are the only reason why I like
that's the only reason why that franchise succeeded to this day.
Literally the only good thing I like about that franchise is Mark's stupid playthroughs because he just says the dumbest things.
And he's funny as fuck though.
He really is.
I always constantly see wait. Five Nights at Freddy's 1 though, I thought was in concept back in those early days, if I'm remembering correctly, was pretty interesting. Like, oh, there's like a mystery here.
Yeah, because back then,
and I need to solve it.
Back then, it was just like you played through the game. It was like don't die, but then there's like stuff like there's layers.
Unironically,
like, maybe
I hate to make this. I know this is gonna be a meme. It was the Dark Souls
Just
of
the
horror games.
Dark Souls of
Because
children's
it's
horror
weird.
games.
Like you can play the game and you'd be fine.
Yeah.
But there's all this like background lore. So it's kind of like Souls-like in the sense of like storytelling, where it's like, oh yeah, you can beat the bosses and know absolutely nothing about the game. But if you actually like were to look at it at a deeper angle, like, oh, it becomes different now.
You know what's hilarious is you are actually 100% correct in that sense.
I'm just saying. I don't know. Learning that there was like kids in the suits and like
they got stuffed in by a guy,
and then they're trying to attack you because they're possessed. Dude, this is so interesting. And at the time, unironically, before I got weird with the book, like, dude, I'm telling you, 4 fucked it up.
4 added too much.
Yeah, 4 added way too fucking much. It should have ended at 3, dog.
Really should.
Is that it was just it felt unique.
Yeah,
Is that controversial?
No, I think a lot of people feel that way. Is that it was unique when it first came out, and it was like, oh yeah, because everybody kind of had like the creepy feeling towards Chuck E. Cheese kind of places. Like the animatronics were always super creepy looking, and it kind of like added to that, and it was like, oh, now it's fun to go back to Chuck E. Cheese because you're like, oh, it's like Five Nights at Freddy's. Am I gonna get murdered?
We're gonna get murdered.
Just the ideas surrounding behind it, and then 2 just added on to that.
2 was so cool.
2 is actually like really good.
It added lore. Like, no, this is actually taking place before the first game.
And then it was like, oh, the old new animatronics are like, it's all freaky and creepy looking, and then you have the new ones who do what the old ones used to do. Then there's the puppet you have to keep alive, and it's like, it's all cool.
All the puppet lore and stuff.
There's
and
all
like,
cool stuff being added, and that's the game where the iconic purple guy came from.
It was just interesting, man.
Or was that 3?
No, it was 3.
Is it 3?
But even then, 3 in a sense, I think what you could have done here, fuck it.
3 is the Dark Knight Rises of the
unironically, yes. Okay, let me explain it here like this. I think Five Nights at Freddy's would have been better if it ended at 3 and there were things to be interpreted. Like kind of like how Dark Souls, at least Dark Souls 1 and 3, because 2's weird. 2 like takes place in a different place and it's all funky wonky. But lore wise, there's still a lot left to be like, well, did X character do this or did he actually do this? Because this and this say different things. It's kind of what's happening with Elden Ring right now. Like that lore is still being discovered, and it's being actually dissected. Pretty interesting. Yeah. So like, what you could have done with Five Nights at Freddy's, in a sense, if I was Scott, was like, yo, the purple guy was somebody at Fazbear Entertainment, and somebody helped him. I think at least in those first 3 games, you can imply there was 2 people that worked on the franchise. Or maybe if you were to do like a retcon, or maybe you could have added books afterwards, maybe to fill in some lore, just because you're fuck the movie.
You're just doing exactly what they did.
No, but it's only books this time, and they're not like in some alternate universe short stories.
I don't know. I feel like I feel like the books is where a lot of more problems came from, because it added more that you had to know by reading something. When you're like, I just want to play
metal.
I just want to play.
It became an anime.
I don't even know. Like literally, I didn't care about Five Nights at Freddy's after 4 for like, I don't know how was it. 4 came out in like 2016.
Dude, they came out like back to back, like every year.
I
genuinely don't know. But
hey Siri, when did Five Nights at Freddy's 4 come out?
FNAF. What did it come out?
It's 2015.
Wow.
So it was from 2015 until last year was when the new one came out, right? It was that span of time. I did not even think or care about Five Nights at Freddy's
I kept up on it just to be in like the creepypasta circle.
I decided right before watching Markiplier's playthrough, I was like, I'll watch this recent Matt Pat video on Five Nights at Freddy's. And the lore he was talking about, I was like, what does any of this even mean?
JoJo's. Part 1, oh, look at a vampire and a British man. Part 8, what the fuck is the universe?
No, that's pretty much how it was.
Like that's what I would have done personally. It's Five Nights at Freddy's is the prime example of stop a series at a certain point.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, they had the initial concept that was good.
1, 2, and 3, leave a couple things open for interpretation. Maybe do like a few author interviews. maybe write one book, just maybe one, and just to answer some of like the more like. Can we actually get detailed?
Just to
names?
actually give like the actual lore.
Yeah, like that. That's all you needed. Done.
Mm-hmm. And all this weird stuff that he added could have been for an entirely different franchise.
Do you remember when Sister Location came out and people were like, "Nah, it's a different game."
I lie. I did keep up a little bit on Sister Location with Markiplier's playthrough.
And that one was weird too.
It was super.
It wasn't
weird
even like a regular.
You got scooped at the end.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Did it play like a regular Five Nights at Freddy's game? Because I swear to God, it wasn't.
It was kind of changing up the formula a little. It was more like the newer one than it was like the
It was more
ones.
like Resident Evil.
A little bit, except
but dumbed down.
It was Resident Evil, but point and click adventure.
It's how much money do you think he's made?
A butt ton.
He really went from a Christian video game developer into.
Well, he's retired now, isn't he? He gave up on making games, so now Five Nights at Freddy's is being developed by somebody else.
Wait, is that actually what's happening?
Yeah, I
no fucking wonder it went to shit.
Something happened, I think, 2 years ago that like something happened with the community or something that he was like, yeah, I'm stepping back. I'm gonna leave it to somebody else.
Wow, I didn't actually know that. That's fucking wild.
Yeah, but
that explains a lot.
That was still after all the weird stuff happened, so he still played a huge hand in all the oddities, like the books that I didn't read.
Yeah, no, those are. Bro, remember when we used to read Diary of the Wimpy Kid and be like, "Yo, this is raw."
Man,
and now
that
it's
was
fucking
good
FNAF
stuff.
books.
I know the kids nowadays are reading FNAF books, and we were like, "Man, Greg Heffley, kind of a douchebag."
For real, bro. But I was reading Paper Yoda, Origami Yoda. That was my franchise.
I like Bone too. We talk about Bone a lot. I love Bone.
Canceled Bone on Netflix. I will never fucking forgive you. You dumb fucking bitch.
Apparently Sonic Prime's good. I haven't watched that.
Apparently. Yeah, no, I've seen that. I think Sonic Prime is going to be a prime example of, oh, damn, this was a banger in 10 years, but nobody actually took it seriously, and then it got canceled. I already see it.
I do want to watch it, but it's just, I'm bad at watching shows.
Yeah,
it took me like 3 months to finish one Marvel show that took like a week to come out.
For real. I'm yawning. Anyway, so another thing I wanted to bring up too. I think this is the right lore. So you know what the current did you ever watch Markiplier's playthrough on the recent one?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
So I think at the very end of that
you encountered Purple Guy.
No. At the very end of that game, Mark said, "This game feels bad, rushed."
Yeah.
So,
I think you're talking about the lore that like the development.
No. Matt Pat figured out the entire thing before the game came out, and they all rushed to change it.
Yep.
I want your opinion on this.
I watched Matt Pat's theory on this, and he's like, I think they changed the entire game
because I figured it out.
I guessed exactly what they were doing.
Okay, so this is my question to you, since I've laid it out. Do you think a game developer and or somebody's making creatively something, if somebody were to figure out the plot, do you feel like they need to change it?
No, I mean, if they figured out the plot, that means you did a good job kind of hinting at exactly what
you needed to do.
You needed to do, which means you did a good job storytelling. Nothing should be changed. If they figured it out, then really that's just you doing a good job storytelling.
Unless it's like Dark Souls where you're like purposely like, no, you're not supposed to. Actually know.
With Five Nights at Freddy's though, it feels like
the entire thing is trying to figure it out.
The whole point is Matt Pat's entire job is guessing things. So changing it so he's wrong is just kind of messed up.
That's one of the few. I kid you not. I think that's one of the few times. I think the only time on public record where he's actually got something right.
He got it right, and they had to change it because he was right.
I know, bro. Like.
Honestly, that in a sense that's kind of messed up that they did that though.
Oh yeah,
that he was right, and they're like, "Oh, we got to change it," because they delayed it too, didn't they?
I think they did,
by like a month, and the game was super buggy when it came out.
Yeah,
like Mark said, like throughout his playthrough, there's just things happening that like he like glitched into an ethereal realm.
Oh, he glitched into the backrooms.
He glitched into the backrooms in Five Nights at Freddy's.
It's so weird. That whole franchise is so fucking weird. But this is also coming from the generation of Slenderman, so I don't really.
I mean, Slenderman
Okay, I
was
won't lie
its
though.
own thing, though.
Those Slenderman videos back in the day when everybody on YouTube was a fucking a gaming channel. I swear to God, everybody was. There was not.
It really
There was no diversity.
I
back
think
in
it was
the day.
because that was the meta, was being a gaming channel.
Yeah, and
That's what people
and
like.
just seeing people play it was kind of interesting. Really extremely repetitive, but it never got crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like remembering all the old creepypastas, did they ever feel like they ever got bloated? Because I'm gonna be honest, I feel like they all had their end.
Yeah.
All of them went peacefully into the night, and everybody's just like, yo, like we're having a conversation now. Yo, you remember fucking Jeff the Killer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one weird looking guy on that one forum. Yeah. Anyway, give me another fucking dab of the weed or something, like fucking something stupid.
I think the idea behind that is with all things horror is the less you understand about something, the more scary it is.
Yeah.
So that's why all of those worked, is because they're like, I have this base idea,
Have you ever
I'm
looked
leaving
at-
it the way it is.
So hold up,
And, it stayed
because I
scary.
brought up Jeff. Have you ever seen the original Jeff the Killer photo?
I believe so. I mean, unless there's
There's like
A-
no, there's
a
like an
different version.
OG one, like before, you know, the one that you're thinking of. It's not that one. There's one before that.
okay. Show
I think.
it to
Hold
me.
up, we might have to make a cut here because this one actually might take me.
There's just too much lore to dig into.
Hold up,
I love those days, though. The days of the old creepy. Am I sounding like a boomer now? I'm like, back in my day, the creepypastas were actually creepy and not made for children. And given the fact I was a child at the time enjoying those.
Okay, hold up. Apparently everybody proceeded to text me in the last 5 minutes. All right, we might have to make a cut here because this actually might be something I actually have to like research. Original Jeff the Killer photo. Because here it is.
That's not it. Nope.
Okay, no, there's a few. So I can't remember because there used to be a fat. Okay, you might have to do this in post. You might have to put it somewhere. There used to be a fat girl. I think it was a girl. I'm misgendering the fuck out of this person right now. But there was once a girl at one point that looked like her, and then throw up the iconic one on screen here somewhere.
The one that my brain knows right here.
Yeah,
And
and
the
like
new one right here.
at
that
one
I haven't
time,
seen, maybe
I think this was the original. Like that one's the one that was
the original.
that's the one I'm thinking of, but there also is the
Why is there 3 different pictures of it?
it's a little bit weird because some of them have been like slightly edited and stuff.
Also, the lore behind it, that when you see his face, you die, just means that
Yeah.
everybody in our audience is now dead.
Hold on. Give me a second.
Good night, guys.
Good night, guys. Yeah, there's a few. There's been a few hoaxes, but there's multiple faces, but a few of them have been a little bit weird because there's multiple of the of those interpretations. But like, let's just the fact, like, oh, here's a picture, this poorly photoshopped image of this. Ooh. And it's like, okay, this is interesting. There's some lore here, and then like. So it's just some like
stayed that
campfire
way.
tale on some fucking forum that's just like,
and
and that's it.
That's what made it scary. The less you knew about
Somebody's
it,
shitty
better it was.
photoshops of a tall man in the background of some 60s photos. Banger.
I think that's why people like the what are they called? The ones where it's like an old like 1950s like news advisory.
Oh yeah.
What are those called?
Oh, you're talking about the Wendigo ones. It's not Wendigo who does them, but he covers them. They have a name. I know what there's multiple now.
Isn't it like
There's multiple of them. I know what you're talking about. They all kind of blew up. Everybody kind of one got really popular, and everybody started doing it.
Well, let's
which one are you thinking
let's
of?
see. Film theory.
Which one are you thinking? Oh, you mean the one Etika did? Where you're talking about that one?
No.
Because that was the first one, and everybody started doing it after that one.
The Mandela catalogs.
Okay, I'm real. Don't get me wrong. I don't even like that one. That one was dumb.
But they're interesting. Though.
They're okay. If
I think the editing's really good on those.
Yeah, the editing
That's really
I will
what it
appreciate,
is.
but the lore and stuff is all kind of. I'll be honest.
See, that's another one though that you have to like dig for the lore if
Yeah.
you really want it. But
Yeah.
like if you keep it as its base self, it's like, oh, this
Some
could be
alternate
this is
universe
pretty
where
cool.
demons are taking over people and mimicking them. Like that one's cool.
Mhm.
Like it has its things, but like I think the what was it? It's not Channel 5. What's the one Etika watched on stream?
I can't remember.
I can't
It's
remember
been
the
too
one.
long.
Caleb and Post, put up on screen. I know
It's too much work. Caleb and
It's
Post don't do that.
do that in post, Caleb.
No.
But, what was it? It's not Channel 5. Is it News 5? I'm fucking forgetting.
Caleb and Post don't do it. I'll do it now.
I can't remember which one it is. Etika reacted to it forever ago, and he was like, "What is this, man?" and blah blah blah. But like those like homegrown creepypastas are so much cooler. And I'm gonna be honest, putting them in like in a video game format, I genuinely believe that it kind of ruins it almost in a sense. And sometimes maybe with Slenderman, I feel like it enhances it. But like when it's something like that, where it's like almost primal, like not even primal, like rugged. That's the word I wanted to use. Like rugged, like yeah. Here's some like a couple photos and some voice acting into it. There you go.
Oh, it's Local 58.
There we go. I knew something like that. And like Local 58 was just like, oh wow, this is it. Local 58 was shock factor, but you didn't know what it was. And then everybody then proceeded to start to do it afterwards. So it's almost in a weird sense. It almost has a FNAF effect or a cowboy effect. And I guess this case is using the most wide known example. But
I don't think it was as bad as how it is with Five Nights at Freddy's.
yeah, no, this one's kind of more like a community circle. Like there's a ring of people who like to make like this informatic like television style.
I honestly think they're just fun to edit. I think that's what it is.
It's just for funsies.
It's really just a fun thing to do, which I respect. I respect people having
And
fun
keep
with
it like that. Like I criticize them sometimes. They're a bit,
they're
goofy.
They're over the top.
They're over the top.
I
They're a
think
bit
they're meant
goofy,
to
but
be,
they're
though.
fine. But like keep it within that. Don't go make a high production film.
Don't make the genre out of it.
Yeah.
Because like
SCPs are starting to enter that territory. And while, yes, they look like they're being handled by people who genuinely like them, so I'm appreciating that. But I just feel like at one point, if it gets too big, you're going to enter goofy zone.
Yeah.
And it's just be like, oh, the charm is ruined.
Yeah, that's 100%. Because that's, like we were saying, that's exactly what's happening with these children's horror is they became a new genre, children's horror, which is a really stupid genre.
Keep it in the circle. Keep the SCP thing in the circle.
Yep.
And once something is produced, then give it to the others, but keep it in the circle.
Do we sound like
Gatekeepers? Yes.
Are we gatekeeping?
No, I'm not. Okay. I'm not gatekeeping. What
We've been there since we were in middle school, which means we know exactly what is best for this.
No, I'm not gatekeeping. Anybody can come into any community. It's what happens to the community.
True.
And a lot of people were like, no, you should gatekeep, blah, blah, blah. So that doesn't happen. No, everything needs to nurture and evolve into something. You can't stop progression. I fucking hate that. You can't stop something from getting too big or stop it from eventually getting somewhere. You just can't.
Yeah.
No matter how much you gatekeep or try to prevent it, it will eventually, somebody will leak the address to the house.
I feel like the more you gatekeep, the more it becomes more popular. The more it's going to become something that you don't want it to be.
Exactly. And those people are always weird to begin with. But
yeah,
let people in. It's just when you become like a community head figure or somebody with influence, have the cognitive ability of knowing what you're about to make and how it could affect things. Because I always think like that now. Like when I give like the opinion on like something on JoJo's, like it's happened twice now, where it's all like Made in Heaven's like a black hole. I was like, oh, I never had that opinion or that thought process. He's pretty scary, like that idea. And then when eventually came to power scaling and stuff like a narrative writing thing with Made in Heaven, with Wonder Review, I was like, yeah, it's probably like the second strongest stand in the series. And like over the, like, I'd say like 6 months, almost the past year, everybody's gone full circle around that video. Cause that video has like, I think in total with every time I've talked about Wonder Review from JoJo, it's, I think I almost have like 2 million views on that character, if, like all those videos. So like my influence, unironically, I've
changed.
I've changed views. Like originally, a lot of people thought, "Oh, Wonder Review's just like, oh, he's just some funny top hat man."
Mm-hmm.
And then I did a video with Jobber, and all of a sudden it's like the funny top hat man will kill you at any point you think of him, and he's like,
which is also a creepypasta.
a little bit. I swear to God, Rocky's weird in that horror stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually was. Unironically, he was probably inspired by that, but that's a completely different subject for a different day. But just the fact that when you have influence and you're part of a community, know what you're about to make and know what it could do. And sometimes there's unseen side effects. It happens, but when you make this new FNAF game and it's ass and it just complicates the lore and makes no fucking sense, you knew that.
Hey, you should have known that was coming.
You should have known.
Anybody could see it coming.
Yeah, like
and
currently with the SCP like fan films and stuff that are coming out, they clearly know what they're doing, and it looks pretty bitchin'. Like Overlord was pretty fire. I just I'm not that big yet. I'd love to one day like be able to work on like a project and be like, yo, look at this little goofy thing I made, guys. Like I do have plans, and I kind of did leak it twice on Twitter. So
oh well.
And I'm like, I want to probably end up doing like a Wonder Review versus Makima animation. Like I want to, but I don't know how I'm going to do it yet because I just want to write a short story basically. I'm just
want to write fanfic.
It technically more or less kind of is, but then there's the whole like power scaling element to it. But it's like, hey, this is
still fanfic.
Hey, that's your opinion, but
it's not an opinion. It's your fan writing about something. It's a fanfic.
Oh, well, I thought you were talking about the power scaling. I'm just gonna put dialogue into it and actually like make it like a storyboard, but it's more or less just boiled down to this character beats this character. Explanation why. But not kind of like that.
Battle now?
No, I'm not gonna do it. Like Death Battle's weird. They've always been weird. They're still weird now. Like they have like the old they have old like 90s style of who wins a fight. It's, like where it's like they ask like people who know like, hey, what's the limit of this character's powers? And they ask people who know, but technically not. Now nobody's a professional when it comes to like scaling characters. It's a hobby. It's a glorified hobby. But sometimes they'll be like, no, because I've heard some rumors. Don't get me wrong, where some characters win because it's more like, oh, I don't think he's that strong. Even though there's somebody who's saying in the background, no, he punched God, and God said, ow. That has cool signs of something. So yeah, even Death Battle is a little bit freaky. But like, what I want to do is like, I don't want to make like some pixel animation. I kind of want to make like a 20-minute. Like a 20-minute fight, just with some dialogue, just to get something interesting. Like I've seen a lot of those fan animations, like with Dragon Ball, like with those like some of the manga arcs. Have you seen those on YouTube or no?
A little bit.
And I'm all like, dude, this is fucking cool. Like, what if you actually got like a director and a writer and like the animator all together in one room and like actually like try to make like I just want to do that. I don't know. Maybe it's my creative like mind tingling for something, and I'm just like, man, I just want to like do something like that.
I get it.
And the product you're producing, like, okay, this is like the repercussions and stuff, but like, it's just for funsies.
Yeah.
Like Dragon Ball Z Abridged, like that's when a lot of
funsies.
People, it was for funsies, bro.
They have their own universe now.
A little bit.
Their own abridged universe.
Yeah, but they do. But like, I remember like this was like a Twitter thing, and it kind of comes back to the whole like, I guess, horror kid genre is like a lot of people like DBZ Abridged got so popular. People were like, no, this is my favorite adaptation of Dragon Ball.
Right.
And like a lot of people on Twitter, like there was like a thread. It was like, what's your opinion on Dragon Ball Z Abridged? And somebody had said something, and I found it so fucking goofy. Where it's like, it's a cool fan thing, but it's done an immeasurable amount of damage to the franchise. And I'm all like, dude, it's a fucking web series about characters being stereotypes of themselves. Why are you taking it fucking literally. And like it was like wild.
Some people
shit like
actually
that.
took it literal in the sense that they're like, this is the best version.
Like
of
sure,
Dragon
it's
Ball.
funny.
It's funny, but it's not the greatest thing.
It's
And
not.
It's a joke.
It's quite literally just supposed to be a joke about Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Why do you take it? Oh, I think, bro, I saw some goofy ass shit in that thread. I think at one point I saw somebody saying DBZ abridged Vegeta is better than regular Vegeta, and I'm like,
What?
are you illiterate?
Don't talk to us, Dragon Ball fans. We don't watch the show.
And unironically, every time I see that meme,
It's true.
quote tweeting somebody, I believe it every fucking more. It's just like, come on, man. What's wrong? Just read. Just read or watch the show.
Just do anything.
Don't watch clips on YouTube.
People are wild.
Don't only watch the Map Pat theory. Maybe go play the game.
That's true. Yeah.
Like do something.
Do something that, I don't know. People are stupid.
It's
In conclusion, people are stupid. New Year's. Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
All YouTube related, but yeah,
They're all YouTube related?
all of them.
Well, shoot them.
I want to get 100K. I want to start editing my own videos again. I want to get into After Effects and stuff. What else? I want to go back to the gym. Apparently, that new rec center just opened up, and my brother's like, "There's a court there." I'm like, I want to go.
There's a court.
So I'm like,
that's right.
yeah, so I might want to go back to there, or at least go there. I know everybody's New Year's resolution is, I'm going to lose weight, and they never do. No, I'm going to wait till like March or February and be like, okay, now it's all to myself.
I guess so.
That's the plan. What else? What else do I have? There's things I could say, but I won't say them on the podcast.
Okay.
But I don't. Just to improve, like,
And just make this new year a better year than the last. Which, honestly, 2022 was a pretty good year.
unironic. I thought it was 2023, bro. I'm having an aneurysm. 2022 was pretty cool.
It was honestly, I think that was one of the better years we've had.
Yeah, I think 2020 and 2021 were bad twins.
I wouldn't say they were bad. I'd say they were there. That's it.
2020 was just there.
It was really just there. It was filler.
It was just have some fucking crazy ass filler. A lot of main characters died. It was weird.
A lot of main characters died. That's true. That is true.
2021 was a filler.
Yeah, I guess so. 2020 was the ending arc.
I guess. For a lot of people.
Yeah.
But
That's
terrible.
That wasn't a good joke. People died. People are dead.
How long does that go on for?
Oh, shut up, crickets.
I don't think I really have. Like I guess like the overall like New Year's revelation. Revelation. I just kind of want to get better.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I've finally I've entered I'm an adult now. And I don't want to stay stagnant.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to improve in a lot of ways, and I might not be able to hit all of them, but the ones that I've been worrying about this year, I think I'll be able to get through. And now there's other ones that I'm just like, okay, how do I start this? It's like a skill tree in a video game. It's like you've worried about dexterity and strength the whole time, and your intelligence is 5.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have to level up bat skill, kind of like that. Like all the other ones, I'm still going at it, but that one I'm like, I gotta start again.
Ugh.
But I feel like I can do it. But it's probably gonna take a while. It's probably not gonna take this 1 year.
I feel that.
If I were to give an honest answer.
Yeah, I get it. I think I'm in the same spot as you, except I've been on the improving train for my whole life. There's just a constant uphill battle. But I did last time. I've been talking to Ben since he's been on the podcast. and we made this sort of pact that I'm gonna work out as long as he's in the military, and so I can be as ripped as he is when he gets back. So that's kind of what
Ben ripped to begin with.
No, he's gonna be working on getting ripped. So yeah, I think that's basically my New Year's resolution is I'm gonna try to keep up with.
How long is he in he's gonna be there for like 4 years. You're gonna 4-year train.
Yeah, it's the 4-year training until me and Ben can fight each other.
I guess.
So there we go. That's basically all I have planned.
Can I bet on that?
I guess you can.
I would have bet on Ben.
I'm gonna samurai train too.
Okay. I'm still gonna put money on Ben. He has crackhead energy.
Yes.
I think Ben actually does crack.
I don't think he does. He was just telling us how he can't do drugs because he's in the military.
He's doing military drugs.
Military drugs. That's called steroids.
Unironically, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's actually a problem.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Like that's really weird. So is that all for I don't really have much when it comes to
New Year's segment.
New Year's, you know what? Unironically, if we're talking about New Year's blows. It just feels like a regular Monday to me. Or just a regular first day of the month. Like there's nothing different than just the planet just going around the hot ball of gas in space.
I think that's the point. It's really just we're on the new calendar year. There's not much. That's like saying things change from your birthday to the next day. Nothing really changes once you reach.
Until you get your villain arc going. Something happens right after your birthday.
I guess your birthday was the worst birthday ever. Your whole family got murdered in front of your eyes.
Now I become Batman.
I'm Batman. Well, that's the best birthday ever. I became Batman for my birthday.
But I'm Batman with no money. Oh. No. Now you're just Robin.
That's just Robin.
Or like
I don't think that's Robin. I think that's just crackhead. That's Florida Man.
Florida Man. Alligator Man. Oh wait, it's Florida Man.
Gator Man.
You know, I'm surprised it's not a hero or a villain. Well, technically,
I'm sure. Killer. That's true.
Well, depending on the origins, he's an actual alligator, or he's just a man with like
weirdo.
Yeah, it's weird.
Gotta love Batman villains with their weird tangents on how they come from.
Yeah, they're weird. They're just weird. People are weird in general. Like to treat New Year's as like its own like special thing, I just find peculiar. I guess is the best way I would describe it.
It's the way I see it. It's about the same as celebrating a birthday, if not a little more special because
it's personal.
It's like you can celebrate it with a lot more people who all have the same feelings towards that day, rather than I was born today. Yeah, good for you.
I feel like New Year's is just an excuse for some people to be like, I was bad this year. I'm going to be better this year. Like I feel like that's the excuse.
I think you're seeing New Year's from the light of just New Year's resolutions of people being like, I'm going to eat better this year.
But isn't it always like that though? Like I've heard nothing else from New Year's other than it's being the new year.
That's really how people treat it. But I mean, in reality, it's just, we made it through another. The celebration is all about we made it through another year together. Let's see what happens in the next 12 months.
A meteor.
Let's see where we are next time we reach this point.
Yeah. I think we need to update in the New Year's.
Probably.
I think we need to add like some alligators fighting in a pit or something.
What?
Or like something entertaining, something on Fox News.
What?
Yeah, it's something. Like there got to be, where is the mascot to New Year's?
It was Ninja a few years ago. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I don't see much movement out there.
That's so funny. Nobody knew who he was.
Oh, dude, they really.
Oh my god,
it's wild. The fucking Twitch was crazy.
They really were. They still are.
A little bit, yeah. Twitch is an interesting website.
What happened to Ninja? I just realized I haven't heard anything from him for a long time.
He unironically, he kind of fell off.
Ninja fell off.
Like he hasn't done anything.
Wow.
I just have to make some banger copy pastas. That's about it. Like, in a weird sense, when Fortnite, he was almost symbiotically connected to Fortnite. So when Fortnite died, he died with it. Or not. Or
the hype behind Fortnite.
Yeah, like sure, Fortnite's still kind of popular, but like it only is ever popular when they have crossovers.
Yeah, pretty much.
So when there's, I genuinely, and now I'm kind of curious now because I said it. Remove all the crossover. Now it's just Fortnite again. It's by itself. What happens?
I don't think it would have been as popular. People only liked it because they added the Avengers, I feel like.
I won't lie, you're not wrong.
Because honestly, the only reason that I was ever enticed back then to play it was because of the Thanos mode. But I didn't play it until Goku got added. That was the first time I played Fortnite.
Goku!
And even then,
Goku Fortnite.
It's not really anything special.
I remember the early days because it was a battle royale. It was
unique because you had you felt like you were in a like battlefield. Like I got to strategize, I got to plan. I'm running through the fields. I felt it more with PUBG because that's what I played over Fortnite. But it was interesting when it first came out for sure. The battle royale shooters, but over time the more battle royales came out and the more fun ones you could find. It's just like. The founding three just weren't that special.
Yeah. Fortnite was weird. Like I just now that I think about it, low key it was a fad.
Oh yeah, it kind of was.
Because I'm gonna be honest, if Fortnite kept on going the way it was, and just said okay, fuck it, we don't really have much to improve. Let's keep on going where we're going. You know, reuse skins, make them like slightly newer, maybe add some weird things every once in a while. I just left it like that. I feel like that game should have died like 2 years ago, but now because
it would have died probably back in 2019.
Genuinely, yeah. But the fact that like they had that collab with Disney, and okay, it's weird. The moment you rub shoulders with Disney or someone like that, everything changes. So like after that, everybody's like, "Oh, now it's different."
Yeah, because I think it brought in it brought the attention of a lot more people, which made a lot more people play. And then since you spent so much money on skins, you probably stuck around for a lot longer. And then they kept adding more stuff. They added. Who was the collab after that? Do you remember?
About who? Like the major one?
Yeah.
I think it was DC.
What was it? DC?
Because it went like the major one that I'm remembering was Marvel, DC.
And they had Star Wars.
There was a short collab with Marvel, DC, bigger collab like this became a whole battle pass. Star Wars, a couple off ones like there was Lara Croft, X and Y, like little
Master
collabs.
Chief.
Yeah, little collabs.
Samus was supposed to be in, but Nintendo's stingy.
Yeah, and then Star Wars again, but bigger. Then DC showed up a few times. And then the animes, I think the animes are starting to finally get into it.
Yeah,
is what I remember. There's small collabs, but sometimes there are bigger ones. But like once everybody realized, oh, they're making way too fucking much money not to get some free advertisement in that bitch. It's like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
It really is free
because
free
I think the moment Chief showed up, everybody was like, oh, they're not joking around anymore.
Yeah, it was actually like this is actually. It's basically just a glorified advertisement at this point. Yeah, because you're getting the YouTuber getting promoted, just random YouTubers too that you've never heard of. Yeah, that
was a thing for a while. Mr. Beast is in the bitch now.
Yeah, now I don't trust Fortnite.
This obsession with yours will always be interesting with me, but unironically, his like. Mr. Beast 3000 skin actually looks pretty cool. I was actually like, yo, he's just like
it looks like Mr. Beast in the game.
Well, no, like he has an alternate one where it's all like futuristic and shit. That one looked cool to me. I'm always a fan for that like future tech stuff, but like I know NBA players are into it. Like,
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is in it too.
Fucking
from
goddess
the
is in
NFL.
it. It's like the
so
Greek
weird.
freak. It's weird. Like, at one point, it became too much.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
Like, I'm like, yeah, Goku's in it, Superman's in it, Wolverine's in it, Chun-Li's in it, Ryu's in it.
It's cool and all, but like, it feels hollow. Like you look like the characters, but it's not like you get anything special from the characters other than maybe a emote.
Yeah,
you're not really Goku. You're a guy you're cosplaying as Goku.
Yeah, like, and then like they remove certain items after a while. I'm just like, I get that, but like,
it's just Fortnite's just a very hollow game, which I feel like kind of you can't really avoid that with the style of like.
You can really tell. I one day hope somebody breaks down like Fortnite's rise and fall, because I can guarantee you, at least in the later half of that video, somewhere along the line, somebody's gonna be like, it had everything,
except for a fun gameplay.
A majority of the time, I'm gonna give it some leeway because I know some people are gonna be a little bit angry with it. But like,
it did have. I will say I've never played build mode, but the no build mode is pretty fun. It's basic as basic can be.
Yeah,
but it's pretty fun.
Like it. Every time I see a clip, it's almost the same. Like it never. Yeah. It looks visually different now. But it's still the same cubes and blocks being fired at each other.
It really is. The only thing they've added on this new season is the hammer, which
they like adding their one-shot weapons.
Yeah, they add one-shot weapons that just leave the next season. It's just, I don't know. It just feels like you can add a drop of water to a stale piece of bread, but it's still going to be stale.
Yeah. It's so weird. And Fortnite's weird. I just, like, I need somebody to just, like, because I only played it for only so long until I got bored. Because I just wanted to move on to something else. But, like, to say it became a kid's game, I don't want to be one of those guys. Oh, it's a kid's game now. But, like,
it's not really like a kid's game. Like, a lot of people say that, but it's not. It's kids like it because it's what kids do.
Became sweaty.
Kids like Call of Duty 2. That's not a kid's game.
Yeah, that's because all the adults still want to play in it. It didn't become all weird.
Yeah.
Which I feel like Fortnite in like beginning, like sure it looked weird, but it wasn't weird yet. So who's this? Fortnite's had a weird ass like
cycle of life.
For real.
It's just I don't know.
It really has. I genuinely can't explain why it became that.
I don't really know how it got so popular either.
That's another.
In the first place, I
think
really
it was
don't
Twitch.
see.
I genuinely think Twitch started like the light of it, and eventually it was the Drake one. It had to be. Drake and Ninja playing the game with Travis Scott and stuff. I think is what genuinely made it like popular. And eventually that started the chain of events to lead it down to becoming, paired with Disney. You get Star Wars characters and shit. But after a while, you just kind of get with it. At least maybe personally speaking about me. You just were like, yeah, sure, but it's still the same game. Like, sure, the skin's going to interest me for 5 minutes.
Ooh, I like looking at Vegeta go Super Saiyan in this game, but I mean, I could just go play a Dragon Ball game. And I could go
play fucking fighters.
I can do the exact same thing, except also I get to feel like I am Vegeta.
Exactly. Except you got to play Super Saiyan Vegeta, not Blue Vegeta, because Blue Vegeta sucks. Got it. Vegeta's only good for his assist.
You know what's funny? We bring that up. But my exact thoughts when I played Fortnite for the first time playing as Vegeta, the first thing I thought was, man, I just want to play Xenoverse now.
I think that's the point. The entire point of these companies doing it is just to be like,
advertising.
Get away from Fortnite.
Here, come join us. Come join us in our company.
Yeah, we're actually doing something. You want to be Vegeta? Here you go.
Here you go. We have so many Dragon Ball games.
Or it could be, and I just thought about this. Fortnite is just so brain-numbingly baby that everybody likes. It's like Minecraft.
I think that might be part of it too.
I think that's the fucking appeal, where it's just so simple that you can just be like, I'm just gonna play Fortnite.
Because another thing they've added to it is you can make custom maps, like how a lot of people did back in the old Halo days.
You can make custom maps?
You can make custom maps, custom modes. They literally made
that's right. Yeah, I remember
Mario
this.
Kart in Fortnite, which is crazy. They recreated an entire Mario Kart course in Fortnite.
That's fucking.
That you can race on in carts.
You can play Rainbow Road.
Yeah, which I think that's a lot of the appeal. It has the custom game modes. You can play pretty much every game in Fortnite, like Roblox. Building like Minecraft. It has the Halo.
What the fuck did Fortnite become? Did it just become a fucking just VR chat with skins, viable skins?
In a bit of a sense, yeah. Except it adds gun gameplay rather than just VR chat gameplay.
Fortnite is so fucking weird, dude.
Yeah.
It's. You know what? I'm surprised there's not a Slender Man skin in that game.
Who knows? Maybe at some point they will.
Unironically, that would go hard.
Probably.
Like the back tentacles and stuff. Don't steal those pages.
They probably have a Slenderman mode on it too.
Yeah, I think I have seen some like creepypasta, not creepypasta, like horror games with it, but that was so weird. Fortnite's so fucking weird, dude.
It really is. It's just an amalgamation of everything popular, pretty much.
Yeah, more or less. Now that you bring it up, I can't unthink about the VR chat, the comparison now.
It's just VR chat. I really want to get a VR headset. That's something I've been wanting to do. I just have been like, do I need a VR headset? Do I need to spend the money on a VR headset just to play 2 games on it?
No, just play it on PC unless you bring one of those weird full body cams or crazy. You know, since we're talking about VR, and I'm gonna leave it off on a crazy note. You know, some people VR as a girl and strip in game with full body suits, and you can get like private sessions like it's an actual strip club
in VR chat.
In VR chat, I was in one. I was in one with a couple of the guys, and I swear to God, I felt like I was on the streets of like New Vegas. You're like, what is happening? You know, like, hey, you want like a private room? And I'm like, and I'm just like this little chibi Goku. What the fuck are y'all doing in here?
Happening?
And people would actually like give their PayPals and stuff. Like it was, unironically, it's still going on. Like there were people getting like free stuff in VR chat. And unironically, a few months ago, one of those, Caleb might have to blurp this out in post, but like the Bluetooth like
sexual items
were a thing. And so the first thought was, with a lot of these VR people were like, you could Bluetooth the connection with maybe one of the VR bodysuits and stuff, and get like virtual like prostitution going on. Bro, VR.
What is this, Ready Player One?
VR chat is wild. I don't know if it's out yet, that thing, and I don't know if Caleb censored it, but like adult things are happening in VR chat, and people are making bank. And since guys can act like girls, I swear to God, I was under suspicion. The people in that virtual strip club were not women.
You are not a girl.
I was like, some of the guys I was with were trying to riz it up in there, but I'm like, I'm in a game cosplaying as Goku while I see Ugandan Knuckles, Levi from Attack on Titan, another Goku but bigger than me, with anime women with jiggle physics trying to get $20 out of you. I am not in fucking real life.
The
in a Discord call.
You say all of that, but the most shocking thing to me of all of this was the fact that you said you can play VR chat without a VR headset.
Yeah, you can.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I did that.
So you're telling me we could have actually done our graduation over VR chat?
Unironically, yeah.
Matt, why couldn't we do that?
That would have been weird, though.
It would have been so cool.
What am I leave? Alex come to the stage. It's fucking me in a Levi outfit or fucking cosplay. Yo,
Hey.
my voice changer on. Or like I'm Cheems. I've seen some people like dress around as Cheems and stuff.
Dude, you know
Doge.
I'd be hopping up on that stage as like Animal Crossing villager.
There are a few,
and nobody would question
some of
it.
the JoJo ones are fucking bad. Dude, some of those like you can add abilities to the character skins, and some of them are crazy. Like apparently one of my homies said, yeah, somebody had a Dio one with the world, and it actually froze people. I'm like, what the fuck? It was crazy.
When did VR chat become so deep?
It's kind of weird. There's
That's
a lot
crazy.
of there's a lot of racism though.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, some people can break your games. I remember the first time I was on there by myself, I was like, all right, let me explore. And this weird guy was just shouting the N-word.
mhm.
And then at one point, he used one of his abilities, and everybody's game crashed. And all that was being said, or at least repeated, was the N-word over and over and over again on like a crash screen. I'm like, oh, that's fucking wild.
What is happening? This just reminded me of something. Have I ever told you the story about how I got hit on a game one time?
No.
So
What game was this?
Colby and Isaac wanted me to download this game on the Xbox. It was free. It was like a casino game where you just go into a casino and just get to play cards and stuff. And so I downloaded the game and I was trying to figure out how to join them. And I made my character a girl just because I didn't feel like changing my setup for custom character or anything. But so my girl pretty much looked, I had her, she pretty much looked like a basic brunette girl.
Uh-huh.
And so I was just standing there in the lobby trying to join Colby and Isaac's lobby.
Uh-huh.
And just, I got swarmed by so many guys in the lobby. And my Xbox messages were just like, want to join? Want to join? Want to join? And I was like, are they? I've never in a game have I ever
goes in the call. Yo, I'm a dude.
That's basically what was gonna happen. Was these guys? I've never gotten messaged on Xbox before. This is the first time people were messaging me, and I think it was because my character was a girl in the game, and they're like. But literally, so many invites, so many messages. And this guy,
$20.
This guy was like, this guy was like, "Hey, join my game," and I was like, "I don't know how to join a game."
Jesus Christ!
And they're all like dancing around me, doing emotes. It was so weird. Girls, if you have to deal with that playing games, I'm so sorry.
Have you ever seen Valorant clips? They're just being harassed.
Are they serious?
Dude, no, being a female gamer, like, unironically, I genuinely do believe this. Gamers are a terrible, terrible kind. They're just racist,
breed.
homophobic dudes. Like, it's not even, like, I'm not even meaning that as a joke. Like,
It's actually kind of true.
I've been in games with girls, and I'm just playing Valorant or something. This is way back in the day. Like, Valorant was like first a thing, and I'd be with randos, and there'd be like a girl on the other team, and then one of my teammates would just start saying like slurs and everything. I'm like, dog, this is a fucking casual game.
Just
is this how you get your this is how you get your rocks off? Like,
dude, it's so bad. Even in Among Us, back when I'd work at the hospital, just chilling in the break room, I'd play a quick game of Among Us when I had nothing to do. And literally, if you had a female name on the game, people would just harass you.
Jesus Christ.
And so, like, literally, I was like the only one not harassing people in the game. So people just always stuck with me, regardless if I was the imposter or not. Strategy. Don't be a weirdo.
Dude, it's
bad.
The internet's a terrible place.
It really is. I can't believe it.
I hate the internet. I really do.
Yeah.
What time is it? Not time wise, like how far am I recording?
It's an hour.
It's an hour. Well, I got really nothing else much to say.
Not really me either.
Like,
other than the wheel of fate.
What do
we spin the wheel and we find out what our next future episode's going to be. All right, are we ready?
With or without Colton?
With or without Colton? All right, let's see. to say, no way it lands on Alex dating sim now.
Well, I can't really do that.
We still could. Sour challenge. Guess that's the next episode.
Sure.
Yeah, I like sour.
Airhead sour or like
Any sour. You know, that is true. I really do like sour. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. It's the new year now. We're very close to reaching our 1 year mark of Totally Oblivious, which is kind of odd to think about.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
It happens sometimes. A year goes by.
Yeah, peculiar even.
Peculiar. Well, Alex, do you have any final thoughts?
No.
Huh? All right. Well, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and peace out.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Deuces.
See you guys next week.